big win last weekend. Hopefully they can do it this weekend when the Iowa football team found some depth in the secondary after a couple of their starters got injured. But the team hopes to get some of them back when they travel to Indiana. Live in the newsroom with more is Adam Hensley. Adam, how are you?
I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course. So Iowa's been dealing with some injuries in the secondary. Who is in at quarterback on Saturday against the Hoosiers?
Well, on Saturday, Kirk Ferentz said that freshman quarterbacks Riley Moss and Julius Brents, they're going to make their second career starts. Now, Michael Ojemudia and Matt Hankins, Iowa's usual corners, they're both healthy. Ferentz said they should be good to go. However, look for them to come off the bench and potentially do some sub packages. Ferentz is pretty confident with Moss and Brents as they both combined for 3 interceptions against Minnesota last weekend. And to me, they look pretty good and ready to go against Indiana.
Hopefully they can have some more takeaways this week. Now on the other side of the ball, what sort of injury news have you heard from that offense?
Well, offensively, starting running back Ivory Kelly-Martin and tight end Noah Fant, they're both in concussion protocol. Their status is a little iffy. Kirk Ferentz said he'd know more on Friday about their situation, but if they can't go, look for running back Mekhi Sargent and tight end TJ Hawkinson to get the starting nod against Indiana.
That'll be interesting to see what happens in the red zone. But injuries aren't the only thing keeping the Hawkeyes out of the game. Amani Jones will miss the first half of this week's game. And now with the Hawks missing Jones, what can we expect with him on the sidelines?
Well, Amani Jones' targeting call happened late in the game against Minnesota. And say what you will, personally to me, wasn't really targeting, led with his shoulder. Anything's a flag nowadays. So regardless, Christian Welch is actually getting the start at middle linebacker with both Hockaday injured and Amani Jones getting suspended. However, I'm very curious to see if, depending on how Christian Welch does against the Hoosiers, if Kirk Ferentz decides to go with him and stick with him, or go with Amani Jones once he's good to go after the second half.
Adam Hensley, live in the newsroom. Thanks as always, Adam. The men's basketball season is just about underway, and all eyes are on one incoming freshman. With more is DITV's Taylor Van Fleet.
It's crazy to think about, but Hawkeye men's basketball tips off in just over 3 weeks. And all eyes are on the incoming 4-star shooting guard, Joe Wieskamp, who committed to Iowa all the way back in June of 2015. The 6'6" shooting guard out of Muscatine High School is Iowa's all-time high school scoring leader. He averaged a whopping 33.5 points in his senior season. And not only can he shoot, he isn't afraid to attack the rim either. Wieskamp is the second highest ranked prospect to ever commit to Iowa, and he is already impressing his new teammates.
People talk about, his jump shot, his offensive skills, but what's really impressed me the most is his strength. You don't really see a lot of freshmen come in with that strength.
He's really aggressive from day one, and he needs to keep having that mentality because in the Big Ten it's going to be night in, night out. People are going to hound you, and you need to stay aggressive, stay physical, and he has been ever since the start of practice.
The Hawks are hoping Wieskamp can be a big force offensively as the season gets rolling on November 4th. Declan, back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Taylor. The season kicks off on November 4th against Guilford College. Well, the Iowa men's tennis team is getting ready for the spring season already. Headlining for the Hawks is a nationally ranked doubles pairing looking for more. DITV's Jonathan Rawson has the story.
Doubles partners Jonas Larson and Kareem Aloth's strong play has earned them the honors of being ranked 35th nationally. While their actual game together is strong, it starts with their passion.
Well, they bring a lot of energy every day, especially in practice, and that really translates into the regular season. And obviously, they're getting things kicked off this fall, so we're really happy to have them ranked 35 in the country. It's awesome for the program and really good for them as well.
However, that ranking was not achieved alone. Head coach Ross Wilson's success as a player at Ohio State has greatly helped the duo thrive.
I mean, obviously because Coach Wilson was one of the best doubles players in the nation. He was ranked #1 and he's won 3 national championships as a player. And then obviously he was a touring pro as well. So his leadership, knowing what it's like to be in those high pressure situations and winning at the highest level has been huge.
While the pair has achieved a higher ranking and has had a lot of success thus far, they are staying focused on the task at hand.
Especially coming from last season, we had a lot of good tennis, but I mean, there are still flaws.
With their mindset, the focus is purely set on the tennis.
I think ranking is just a number.
With the ranking simply being an afterthought, the pair hopes to be ready to dominate this spring. This has been Jonathan Rawson reporting. DITV Sports.
That's all in sports, guys. Back to you.